Welcome, my friends, to a place where we share inspiration and positivity. Thank you for joining us today as we dive into Ming Dynasty coinage. Chinese coinage in the Ming Dynasty saw the production of many types of coins. During the Ming Dynasty of China, the national economy was developed and its techniques of producing coinage were advanced. The Ming Dynasty cast comparatively few coins when compared with earlier dynasties in Chinese history, and the cash coins they did produce were not regarded to be as beautifully made as in earlier times. The majority of cash coins in circulation at the time of the Ming were actually Tang and Song dynasty era cash coins. This all indicates that the emperors of the Ming Dynasty did not regard coins with the same importance as those who ruled before them. In this section, we'll be shedding light on background and its impact on our understanding of the subject. Zhu Yuanzhang, better known as the Hongwu Emperor, proclaimed the Great Ming in 1368. From the founding of the Ming until 1450, the emperors attempted to use paper currency, but this experienced the same hyperinflation as its predecessors. For the most part, the country was starved for silver in the early part of the dynasty and much trade occurred via barter. In later years, silver mostly came in through trade with either Manila in the Philippines as part of the Spanish East Indies within the Spanish colonial empire and Japan. The flow of Chinese trade goods like chinahua were exported towards the rest of the Spanish colonial empire in Spanish America and Europe through the Manila-Acapulco galleon trade between Manila in the Philippines to Acapulco in Mexico and Spanish treasure fleets from Veracruz in Mexico to Seville in Spain. Meanwhile, the return route also ensured constant supply of the Spanish silver dollar coins which were minted in New Spain, Mexico, and mined from Potos in Bolivia or Peru. The Spanish dollar coins were often stamped with Chinese characters known as chop marks which indicated that the particular coin had been assayed by a well-known merchant and determined to be genuine. The widespread circulation of the Spanish silver dollar not only affected the Ming but also became widespread across many countries in the Far East as a standard for trade, and it remained embedded even till the Qing dynasty when banknotes started to be printed labeled as Mexican dollars, and later Western powers also later issued trade dollars and colonial currencies such as the Hong Kong dollar to the same specifications. This silver flowed into the country and was also melted down and traded as bullion now known as sisi. However, the emperors also periodically minted coins. Alongside copper coins, cowrie shells continued to circulate during this period as well. In the next segment, we'll be exploring coinage in the Ming era and its implications for our subject matter. After the Chinese became independent following the retreat of the Mongols back north and a bloody civil war culminating with the victory of Zhu Yuanzhang, the Ming dynasty rose to power, and under it a long period of stability and growth came. Until 1505, cash coins circulated alongside the Dongming batch of banknotes, but as more silver currency entered the Chinese market, currencies such as Spanish silver dollars started supplanting the cash coins. Privately minted cash coins of inferior quality became predominant in the south of China, and 4 types of official cash coins were minted of varying quality, of which one time with the weight of 1 keen was cast for payment to the imperial government, a second type of 0.9 keen for the salaries of officials, and the 2 types of lowest quality were mostly used by the commoners and circulated the most. Coins known as gold reverse coins were cast that were smelted 4 times as opposed to 2, and these were regarded as being more valuable. Ironically, because of this, these gold reverse coins were being hoarded, which prevented them from circulating, causing even cheap and low-quality counterfeit cash coins to circulate in larger numbers. After the government of the Ming dynasty started producing milled rim cash coins, these were universally accepted so fast that at one point merchants accepted only these coins, but as the reputation of the gold reverse cash coins was so strong, the milled rim coins were eventually viewed as worthless and deprecated. The amount of copper alloy cash coins produced by the Ming dynasty was higher than under the preceding Yuan dynasty, which had used paper notes, or zibi, extensively instead of metal coinage, but never reached the annual production outputs of the Song dynasty period. The term zijian was used to discern full-valued cash coins produced by the imperial government from older ones from the Song dynasty period, which were known as jujian, and privately produced forgeries of non-standard weights and alloys that were referred to as zijian or sujian. Other terms used during the Ming dynasty for various types of cash coins include yangshan, model coin, also known as bijian, northern coin, which referred to full-weight 1 keen and fine-quality cash coins were delivered to Beijing as seigniorage revenue. Fengjian, stipend coin, which referred to second-rate cash coins that had a weight of 0.9 keen and were distributed through the salaries of government officials and emoluments. And shangjian, tip money, which is a term used to refer to cash coins that were small, thin, and very fragile, comparable to sujian, that were used to pay the wages of employees of the imperial government, including the mint workers themselves, and was one of the most commonly circulating types of cash coins during the Ming dynasty among the general population. In the year 1393 there were a total of 325 furnaces in the mints all over the provinces, which together had an annual production performance of 189,000 strings of cash coins, with a string being 1,000 cash coins. This amount was only 3% of the annual mint production under the Northern Song dynasty. The raw material copper that was necessary for the production of Ming dynasty cash coinage came from mines in the provinces of Jiangxi, Shaanxi, and Shanxi. In the province of Jiangxi alone, a total of 115 furnaces were operating. In the other Chinese provinces, where copper ores were not naturally found to be mined, the government of the Ming dynasty had ordered the local people to deliver their copper objects to the provincial government mints for melting down to produce more cash coins. Despite the government preferring paper money over copper alloy cash coins, the Chinese market had a high demand for them. This demand would stimulate an overproduction of forgeries that inundated the markets of Ming China. Often these forged cash coins were cast in such miserable quality that a single real zijian could buy 300 fake ones. Consequently, this caused inflation in many different places. Under the reign of the Jijing Emperor, the government of the Ming dynasty would alleviate the situation by producing a large amount of zijian with the inscription Jijing Tongbei in the year Jijing 5-1527. In the year Jijing 11-1553, the government of the Ming dynasty cast 10 million additional Jijing Tongbei cash coins as well as zijian with 9 earlier reign era names, a total amount of 1 million ding. Despite reigning only for 1 month, cash coins were produced that bear the reign title of the Taichang Emperor. These cash coins with the inscription Taichang Tongbei were produced by his son, the Shenmi Emperor, in large quantities as a sign of filial piety. In the early 17th century, an increase in the price of copper caused the government to reduce the amount of copper in the composition of the zijian in favor of lead. Cash coins with the inscriptions Shenmi Tongbei and Chongzhen Tongbei were of poorer quality than those producing during preceding periods. These cash coins tended to be both thin and bristle, due to the lowered amount of copper in their compositions. Chinese people at this point started to refrain from using copper alloy cash coins, and the markets preferred the usage of silver ingots instead. In the year 1621, Wang Xiangzhen, the Minister of War, had requested the government to cast Shenmi Tongbei cash coins and the denominations of 10 won, 100 won, and 1,000 won. The government granted him permission to cast 10 won cash coins, leading to debasement. In 1622 their production had ceased. Initially these cash coins weighed 1 tael but was reduced to 0.5 tael. Because of their reduced weight, they were only accepted for 6 to 8 standard cash coins. In 1644 the Manchus captured Beijing from the Shun dynasty, and then marched south, capturing the forces loyal to the Ming. One of the first monetary policies they enacted was accepting Ming dynasty cash coins at only half the value of Qing dynasty cash coins. Because of this, Ming era coinage was removed from circulation to be melted into Qing dynasty coinage. This is why in modern times even Song dynasty coins are more common than those from the more recent Ming dynasty. A known variant of the Chongzhen Tongbei cash coins have only mint marks on the reverse side of the coin. An example of these Chong's and Tongbei cash coins with mint marks the Chinese character Zong, which translates as either loyal or honest, located above the reverse side of the square center hole. During the Chongzhen Emperor's reign, there were a total of 156 different mint furnaces producing cash coins in operation. It remains currently unclear if the Chinese character Zong refers to a particular mint or if it doesn't. Cash coins with this character typically have a diameter of 24.8 millimeters and a weight of 3 grams. Let's now shift gears and explore a list of Ming Dynasty cash coins by inscription through a critical lens, uncovering its strengths and weaknesses. Historically, Chinese coins were round with a square hole in the center. On the obverse side, there are usually words indicating the emperor's reign name or era name. On the reverse side, there are words or graphic patterns often indicating denomination or a mint mark. It is also possible that there is nothing on the reverse side. In the early period of the Ming Dynasty, though, there were many different types of coin. Examples include Zong Tongbao, Howu Tongbao, Hongzai Tongbao, Onli Tongbao, Zengde Tongbao, Ongzi Tongbao, Jiajing Tongbao, Jiajing, and Bao Onli Nian Zao Onli Tongbao, Chongqi Tongbao, Chongzhen Tongbao. Most of the coinage names are derived from the titles of the reigns during which they were produced. For example, Hongwu Tongbao was produced during the Hongwu years. No coins with the inscription Zengde Tongbao were ever produced for circulation by the Zengde Emperor. However, during the late Ming and early Qing era, many lucky charms with this inscription were produced, but these usually contain more decorative reverses featuring various auspicious depictions. Some Chongzhen Tongbei cash coins were produced with the denomination 2-1, and Chongzhen Tongbei cash coins produced by the Ministry of Public Works Mint had the mint mark Gong inscribed to its reverse. In the next phase, we'll be immersing ourselves in the realm of Gaihao local issues and exploring its real-world applications. During the Hongxi period from 1488 until 1505, some tribal commissioners in the province of Gaihao issued their own cash coins. Rather than being bases on reign titles, the inscriptions were based on place names. Inscription: Traditional Chinese, Simplified Chinese Emperor Image, Shwigan Tongbei Hongxi Emperor, Tagan Tongbei Hongxi Emperor, Hugan Tongbei Hongxi Emperor, Dading Tongbei Hongxi Emperor, Taijing Tongbei Hongxi Emperor, Taisi Tongbei Hongxi Emperor. In the following segment, we'll be examining unused reign titles in greater detail. No cash coins are known to have been cast and put into general circulation with the following 7 Ming Dynasty period reign titles: Jianwen, Hongxi, Zhentong, Jingtai, Tianjin, Qinghua, and Zengde. Brace yourself for a deep dive into words on the coinage during the transitional period as we explore its impact and relevance in our evolving narrative. During the transitional period between Ming and Qing, various rebels and pretenders made their own money with different Chinese characters on it. Usually, there are 4 words on each side of a coin. Prepare yourself for an in-depth analysis of Hongzai Tongbao in this section. Hongzai Tongbao was produced in 1425, during Hongxi years, when Zhu Gachi was the emperor of Ming. These coins are very rare. Until now, only 2 of them have ever turned up in public. Still, one has been lost and the other now is in the Chinese History Museum. Hongzai Tongbao has been regarded as a piece of national historical relics in China. As we transition, let's shed light on Yongle Tongbao and its relevance to our ongoing exploration. Yongle Tongbao was produced by Zhu Di, one of the emperors in Ming. In the very beginning of Ming, paper money was widely used. After Zhu Di came to the throne, he carried out a series of reforms covering all fields, including politics, economy, culture, military, and diplomacy. Out of the diplomatic and foreign trade needs, he produced Yongle Boating in 1408. Originally, the Yongle Boating was not intended to circulate within China itself, as cash coins had gradually been replaced by silver seises and paper money, and the coin was intended for trade with countries like Japan and the Ryukyu Kingdom. As we progress, let's shine a spotlight on Chongzhen Tongbao and examine its intricate interplay within our topic. Chongzhen Tongbao was the coin produced by the last Ming emperor, the Chongzhen Emperor. It was issued in various denominations. On the reverse side, there are numerous characters and dots, whose meaning are still not clear. At the time, there were mints run by the Board of Revenue in Nanjing and Beijing. Let's now shift gears and explore Xing Chao Tong Bao through a critical lens, uncovering its strengths and weaknesses. Xing Chao Tong Bao was produced by Sun Quan in 1649, 6th year of Shunzi, when he became the Dongping king. At that time, Sun produced a large number of Xing Chao Tong Bao, and it had its distinct features with a profound influence. The style of the Chinese characters on the coinage was plain. Most of the coinage was made of copper. Though the work was a little rough, but it was given full weight. This style was reflected in the later Li Yong Bao Tong, Zhao Tong Bao produced by Wu Sangu, and Hong Hua Tong Bao produced by Wu Shifan. Let's now zoom in on Zai Wang Shanggong and Zhang Xianzhong and uncover the hidden gems that lie within. Zhang Xianzhong was a famous leader of the peasant rebel army in the late Ming dynasty. In 1630, he joined the peasant rebel army. In 1643, he was entitled Doxing Wang. In 1644, he dominated Sichuan and became the king of Qingdu, named the reigning dynasty as Dozai and his reign as Doshun. Zhang produced his money Doshun Tongbao as the official currency. In order to honor those who made contribution to Dozai dynasty, he produced another money called Zaiwang Shanggong as an award to them. There are 4 kinds of Zaiwang Shanggong, which are made of gold, gilding, silver and copper. At that time, the peasant rebel army won people's great admiration and support. Doshun Tongbao was often sewn onto clothing as a sort of celebration to the peasant rebel army. Since it was very difficult to get Zaiwang Shanggong, it was very rare and precious. It was nearly an impossible condition that ordinary people could get it. As a result, there are very few remaining today. Remember to follow me on social media for behind-the-scenes content and updates.